Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. So this morning is November 22nd, 2023, and we will be looking at Proverbs chapter 22. Good morning, Random. Good morning, Rhonda. Good morning to the rest of you that are watching. So glad that you were able to make it. For those of you that have reached out in the last couple of weeks and just sent me a private message and said, hey, just want you to know I love you. You don't know how much it's meant to me. I really do appreciate it. As I say every week at the close, or every day at the close, I do love you too. I wouldn't do this if I didn't. I appreciate every one of you, and I hope that the words I speak come across with the power to change your life. If I'm just speaking in my own strength, nothing will happen. But if the Spirit of God is moving through me and you're receiving what He's saying, it has the ability to change everything. That's what happens to me when I read His Word, when I get into it and I spend time in it. It changes me. And I want that for everyone. Today we'll be looking at, like I said, at Proverbs chapter 22. I'm going to look at a verse that almost everyone knows, even if they're not a Christian. And it's a verse that has bothered me for years. I've known it's true, but only because it's in the Bible. And if it's in the Bible, it's true. And I have to hold on to that. But I still struggled with it. And I didn't know what it meant. It hurt. Honestly, it hurt because there was periods in my life where I didn't know that it was true. The verse is verse 6, and it says this: teach a youth about the way he should go. Even when he is old, he will not depart from it. Well, see, I was taught from a very young age about Jesus Christ. I accepted Jesus when I was 4. I knew, without a doubt, what my life was going to look like back then. And then I turned away from God in some very significant ways. And so this verse has always bothered me because I've watched it time and time and time again in my life and honestly in so many others. Teach a youth about the way they should go. Even when they're old, they will not depart from it. And I thought, no, I left it so many times. I left that road. I just didn't want anything to do with it. And as I read it this morning, the Lord showed me something. And it was such an encouragement to me, for you, or anyone you know that maybe you've been training up. Or maybe it is you, and you're not on that narrow path anymore. Maybe you just find yourself stepping off of it once in a while. And you've always read this verse as you'll always walk the straight and narrow if you were taught right in the beginning. Or if you taught your child right, they would be on the path and you're just a failure. I read that out of it many times as well for myself. And Lord showed me something this morning. Teach a youth about the way he should go. Even when he's old, he will not depart from it. And the Lord said, it doesn't mean he won't step off of it. It means he will never be far enough away from it that he can't get back to it. And I looked at my life, and I realized, while I have left that path so many times, I never was so far away that I couldn't get back to the church, couldn't get back to my Bible. I always knew how to get one, knew where to get one, knew how to get to the Word of God, knew how to pray. I was never so far away that I couldn't get back to it. I knew where the path was. Always oriented my life, no matter what, with the path nearby. I might have gone off to the left one time or to the right the other, but I always knew which direction the path was going to be. Teach a youth about the way they should go, and they will never be far from it. Such an encouragement. If you've ever been taught anything about the Word of God, about Jesus Christ, about the kingdom life, about his life, death, and resurrection, if you have been taught anything, the good news is you're never too far away from it to take a few steps back and get back on that path. I am grateful for that today, because without that truth, I wouldn't be sharing with you. And without that truth, many of us would not have a possibility of moving forward with God. But today, we can have true sanctification, recovery, salvation, which is also deliverance and healing. It's all wrapped up in that one word. And it's all for you, because Jesus lived, he died, and he rose again. And now you know where the path is. And because you know that, you're never going to be too far away from it. I love y'all. Hope you have a great day. God bless.